Good day, everyone. My name is Lavina Mosu, and I am a student in Video Vanguard. Today, I will be interviewing, I'm very lucky for this, one of the greatest teachers here, Mrs. Maher at Arnold Adriani Elementary School. Let's go. Good day, Mrs. Maher.
Hello, Sylvina.
All right then, my first question for you is, how long have you been in education?
I've been an actual teacher for 18 years. This is my 18th year, and I was in 2 years prior to that in a different capacity.
Where did you grow up?
In a small farming town in the East Bay area called Oakley. My family farms out there. When I was growing up, we had cherries, apricots, walnuts, almonds, and wine grapes. And since I was young, we've gotten rid of most of the farming and we process what other people grow, and we still grow the wine grapes, which eventually become wine.
Cool.
What's an almond?
It's actually almond, but my grandfather, when we were growing up, always told us that how you pick almonds is you shake the tree, and when they fall on the ground, the L gets knocked out of them. So when you eat them, they're almonds, not almonds.
Interesting. What was your favorite elementary school and why?
I only went to one elementary school. It was called Holy Rosary, and it was a school that had kindergarten all the way through 8th grade. So, but I left in 5th grade to move to a public school. I kind of liked it because you were with the same kids every year. There was only one class per grade level, so you really got to know the kids in your class really well.
That reminds me just like my old school. Do you have a favorite elementary school story, and would you be willing to share it?
Okay, well at the elementary school where I went, it was a private school, and we had to wear uniforms, and they happened to be blue and white plaid, which I was not a fan of. And girls at the time were required to wear the skirts, even when it was cold outside. So, and if you chose not to wear the skirt, you had to wear blue plaid and white pants. And so my mom made me wear blue plaid and white pants one day, and I remember hiding in the bathroom because I was so embarrassed to go to school. So she came and brought me other clothes, and then I went to class.
That's kind of sad.
Well, I didn't want to wear plaid pants.
Okay, do you have a funny Adriani story you'd be willing to share?
Between staff or students?
Any is fine.
Well, our very first year, I've been here since the school opened, and our very first year we had a Christmas party at Mr. Helms's house, and he had a skit lined up where we all acted out the 12 Days of Christmas story. And we all had different parts, and I was the I don't remember what I was, but we all had to do it every time. You know how that song repeats?
Yeah.
So every time your part came up, you had to go out and act it out in the middle of his living room, and it became quite a mess by the end of the song.
Oh, geez. Do you have a good study skills story?
Going back to my childhood, we would drive quite a distance to get to my school because it was pretty far away from our house. And so I have a sister who's 15 months older than me. And so when she started studying multiplication facts, my parents would quiz her in the car, and they'd just shoot out facts. And then I started to know them quicker, and it became a contest between my sister and I of who could get them faster. And I was a few years younger than her, so it was kind of funny. I learned them way earlier than I should have.
That sounds fun. You and my sister. Did you ever get in trouble when you were in school?
No. I don't have any funny stories like that. I pretty much didn't speak in class until I was either forced to or I hit high school.
Huh.
I was pretty quiet.
Okay. What was your favorite lesson you experienced in school?
At Adriani? Either?
Yeah.
Okay. One of my favorite lessons, anybody who's been in my class knows that multiplying fractions is one of my favorites, because I always start with a chocolate bar and I break it in half and I talk about the fractional pieces, and then if I eat part of it, what's left, and I get slowly throughout the lesson get to eat the rest of the candy bar. for math, of course.
Yeah, math. Do you have any words of wisdom for the viewers?
Try your best. Always try your best. Never give up and learn from your mistakes.
Okie dokie. Since this is going to probably be on YouTube, do you have anything you would like to say to the world?
Sorry. No.
Mrs. Maher has something special that she would like to share with everybody. All right, could you please show us?
When I first started teaching, I started at Mary Tsukamoto Elementary School, and Mrs. Tsukamoto, for every new teacher, she would always get them. These are called Dharma dolls, and there is, if you notice, there's one eye that's dotted in, and so when you have a goal and then you're working towards it, you work towards it, and when you reach it, you put the other dot in the other eye. So it's like a symbol of you've reached your goal. But I never actually filled this in for as long as I've been teaching, because there's always a new goal to hit. So I always, once I hit it, I kind of touch the doll and I say, got it, and then I move on to my next goal. So I hope I never, ever fill in that eye, because that means I'm out of goals.
Oh, that's true. Is there something in there? Because when you were like holding it, I kept hearing something shaking inside of it.
There is, but I think I have no idea what it is. That doesn't have any significance on the
Maybe it's just a piece of plastic.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you would like to share?
There's only one more thing that's pretty sentimental, other than all my pictures and things that I've collected, is actually the umbrella I use on rainy days. My grandfather passed away years ago, and on his funeral day it was really rainy, and so the cemetery gave out these huge umbrellas that lots of people stood under, and I ended up keeping one, and so I get to think of him every time I pull out my umbrella.
So sweet.
This is my old black umbrella. But it was rainy, so it was just kind of airing out here. So here it is, my umbrella.
And thank you for letting us interview you today, Mrs. Maher.
You're very welcome.
I hope you have an amazing day. It was super, super awesome interviewing you.
Why, thank you as well.
Okie dokie.